Baking staples are an essential for any kitchen, but they can be expensive to buy. This video teaches you how to make your own baking staples from scratch. Plus, I'll show you how I upgraded these pickle jars into my favorite pantry jars. I'm going to bring you guys along and show you how easy it is to make your own self-rising flour and bread flour. I'm going to go ahead and make a 5-pound bag of self-rising flour from this all-purpose unbleached flour. So a 5-pound bag of flour is normally roughly around 18 cups of flour. So that's how I'm gauging how much baking powder and salt to put in it. About 9 tablespoons of this baking powder here. Now I'm going to be using this fine salt here. I'm using Redmond's real salt. And I'm going to put 4.5 teaspoons of salt. Whoop! Say that was 1.5. Now I'm just going to sift this through. I'm going to give this a stir, and then I'm going to just sift it little bits at a time, just to make sure that it's all nicely incorporated. And that's it. That's how you make self-rising flour. So I'm gonna sift this 2 times just to make sure that it's all combined and well incorporated. And then I'm just gonna put it in my jar. That's it. Now, if you wanted to make a smaller batch, all you would do is for every cup of flour, you would add 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder and 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. And that's it. Easy peasy. So one of the reasons why I'm making the 5-pound bag of self-rising flour is because I know that one of my containers will hold 5 pounds of flour. So it's convenient for me. And that's it. We got our self-rising flour made. So for this next one, we're going to be using Vital Wheat gluten and all-purpose flour. That's it. I'm going to measure out 18 cups of flour, and then for every cup, I'm going to put a teaspoon of Vital Wheat gluten. And that's it. That's how you make bread flour. Plus, I got this Vital Wheat gluten bag from Amazon for like $8. It's called It's Just Vital Wheat Gluten, so there's nothing else in it. And that bag will probably last me maybe 2 years or more. So I prefer to make my bread flour like this because I sift my flour before baking with it anyway, so this just saves me a step. But if you didn't want to do that, I guess you could just mix it up. I don't really see any harm in doing that. And that's how you make bread flour. Super easy. Okay, and now our bread flour is ready to use. Okay. Now that we have all of our flours ready to start baking with, I'm going to make some brown sugar. All you need to make brown sugar is some white sugar and some molasses. And all you need is for every cup that you use 1 tablespoon of molasses. And you don't need any fancy equipment to make it. You can make it by hand. You can use a stand mixer. You can use one of them handheld mixers. I used that for years before I got a KitchenAid. But because I have a KitchenAid, that's what we're gonna use today. And let me show you how quick this is gonna come together. This is the blackstrap molasses that I use. I find that the flavor is a lot better than the what was it? I liked Grandma's, but this has a more in-depth flavor of the molasses. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see how that looks. Bring it down here and show you. So after it mixes for a few minutes, you're just gonna stop, and then you're gonna like scrape the sides down so that you get it all nicely incorporated. See how it's starting to get stuck on the sides a little bit, so we're just gonna help it along a little bit here. You can make dark brown sugar, light brown sugar. About another minute and then that should be done. Okay, and there you have it. In about 5 minutes, you can make your own sugar, brown sugar. Now, there's like a lot of different ways that you can prevent your brown sugar from getting hard if it does. I've never had an issue with mine getting hard, but I've always made sure that it was in an air sealed container. Okay, and that's it. That's how you make some delicious homemade brown sugar. That's how I prepare my flours and my sugar. Now you can also make powdered sugar if you have like a food processor, and you can even do it in a blender too. I've done that to make powdered sugar. But if you haven't yet already, please like, share, and subscribe. And stay tuned for the next video, because I'm going to be making the pancake mix, the muffin mix, the brownie mix, the cornbread mix, in the next video. So let me show you how I turned these pickle jars into my new favorite pantry jars. So first I just removed the stickers and scrubbed off all the sticky residue. Then I used baking soda and vinegar inside of the jugs with the lid, and then I let it soak overnight to get the smell out. For the lids, I created a baking soda and vinegar paste and then let it sit on my windowsill and dry overnight, and that seemed to help take the smell out. After you let this sit in some hot water, if you have the Mount Olive pickle jar, it comes right off once you heat it up with some, let it set for a few minutes with some hot water. The back of this though, the back label, you'll have to scrub off, because this don't, I mean, yeah, see, it don't come, it's not plastic like the front is. So I wanted these to have kind of like a rustic look to them. So I found some old napkins that I had in my closet, and I decided to just cut these into some strips that was going to be wide enough to cover the tops of the lids, and then go from there. So the next thing I did was just pour some of my hot glue on top of the lid, and then I placed the napkin on top and just kind of like spread it out. And then I did the same thing on the sides of the lid as well to just keep it nicely in place. So after that, I found some brown ribbon that I was just playing around trying to see what would look good and what kind of style that I wanted the ribbon to have. And then I just got my hot glue gun out and I put some glue around the napkin so that it would, hold the ribbon in place. So to make these jars look even cuter, I purchased some of these Talented Kitchen pantry labels, and they come with a variety of labels that are just the right size for these gallon size jars. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it, and I will see you on the next video. Take care.